Yo, how's it going, YouTube? It's your boy Miles here. Welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. As you guys can see, I have my computer screen open right here, and today I wanted to do a little bit of a commentary video. Actually, not a little bit of a commentary video. This is a commentary video, and this is something that I want to try doing more videos of on the channel because I think that I do genuinely have a lot of important things to talk about, but when I try to do my Let's Plays, I get carried away with the moment of the Let's Play, so I tend to kind of just talk about the game. And that's mostly because I like to fully immersify myself when I'm playing these games. I'm not just like playing them as a background distraction. I'm fully like in it when I'm in these games. So I have so much recorded content, mostly Black Ops 2, because growing up I didn't get to have an Elgato. Like, I was a fucking kid, so I didn't like understand any of the recording shit. And it's just fun recording Black Ops 2 gameplay because it makes me feel like a YouTuber from 2014. Anyways, today I want to talk about society and Gen Z and the fact that everybody seems to like hate themselves. Not in a way where it's like everyone is depressed. Like, most of the friends that I have that like even acquaintances, close friends, regardless, they're all to a certain extent like depressed or lonely, and they at one point or another have shared with me that like they feel stuck or that nothing's moving right now. And it's like there's been so many moments, especially like when I was struggling last year and the year before that, where I thought that like I was alone in the way that I felt. But then I realized like pretty much everybody that I know or everyone that I've talked to about the topic of like 2026 and doom and despair, like everyone feels the same way as me to a certain extent, like I said. And it's on my mind all the time. Like, why do I feel this way? Why does it feel like there is nothing fun to do? Why does it feel like every time I go out, it's performative and everyone else is putting on an act? It's like, sometimes I feel like I'm in a simulation because I am extremely self-aware, and I've always been extremely comfortable and proud of the person that I am. I never once tried to be somebody that I wasn't. There were times when, I let ego run my life, like especially throughout high school. I would say sophomore, junior, senior year, like I was very egotistical. And there's this video that I saw on TikTok where I think it might have been Jet Franzen talking about, first of all, Jet Franzen is another guy that talks about stuff like this, but all of his content is pretty much philosophical. And his name is pretty much as you spell it, like, I mean, as it sounds, Jet Franzen. I will put his YouTube channel in the description below. He's got TikTok and Instagram. He posts like the same stuff all like on all three different social media platforms. But please check that guy out. He is one of the most well-spoken individuals I think I've ever listened to or had the pleasure of listening to. Not on some gay shit, but this guy's genuinely speaking facts every time he presses record. And I aspire to be like that when I'm in front of the camera. Honestly, like, I have, like I said, all these things I want to say, but I always get distracted with my fucking gameplays because, dude, I genuinely love video games. Like, I genuinely love video games. I could not tell you why. I get a weird sensation in my stomach whenever I talk about it, whenever I look at a video game console, whenever I look at a video game, whenever I'm playing a video game. I literally feel like I'm in euphoria. But anyways, like I was saying, Jeff Franzen talks about this too. It's like society right now, especially for people our age, it feels like everything's fake. Like everyone is trying to steal money from you. Everyone's trying to pull you in a certain direction. You go on the internet, and instead of, watching funny memes, which is, in my opinion, what the internet was meant to be about, content created by people, meant for people, but all these, companies and AI has taken everything so far and so far, like, down the wrong path that it's like, now going on social media, the only things you really see are women selling their body for money, or trying to sell their body, guys doing stupid shit, either yelling or acting out of pocket to try and get views. You got people trying to sell you products all the time, like regular ass products, just shoving it down your face, right? You got people talking about how you have to look a certain way, how you have to fucking looks max now. I mean, the looks maxing community is absolutely all over the place. And excuse me here while I crack my back on the arm of my gaming chair. By the way, if you have a DX Racer, especially the King series chairs, which is what I have right here, these whatever you call my armrests, are phenomenal for back cracking. You guys got to try it out. But like I was saying like a couple minutes ago, I sometimes feel like I'm in a fucking simulation because like I've always been just really down to earth and like I'm a realist. Like I've always kind of understood how things are and just like just how things work. And I'm not going to sit here and say like I'm an obedient lapdog and I've never like tried to think outside the box or like, tried to disobey the rules because like I'm not somebody who really ever obeyed the rules. I'm a rebel at heart. And I guess what I mean by that is like when I go outside, like I'm not like, look both ways before you cross the street, never jaywalk, like always wearing your seat. Like I'm not that kind of fucking kid, you know what I mean? But like I've always walked around with this certain sense of like responsibility to make the right choices, to be the bigger person, to just be a good person overall because everything that you could possibly do wrong or every time you could possibly choose to be an asshole to somebody, you could also choose to be a good person or a regular, just nice, kind person because you have no idea what people are going through. And sometimes the smallest, kindest, just like regular interactions with somebody where you make them feel seen and heard, like those are the most special moments for some people. And I guess how that ties back into what I was talking about a minute ago about how everything feeling fake is that like people just don't fucking do that anymore. Like I grew up in New York and I still live in New York in the same town that I like, grew up in. I have not moved out yet. I'm still living with my parents. Which I guess in today's terms it's not that crazy because of the bullshit economy that we have right now. Not saying my family doesn't have the money to support me financially if I were to move out, but it's just like I would literally turn into Patrick Star if I moved out on my own. Like I would just turn into a retarded idiot, which is already what I am. But it's like because I have certain people that are still, not responsible for me, but you know what I'm saying. Like I live in my parents' house, so I still have to follow certain responsibilities. I can't come home at like 6 a.m. and forget to lock my front door. You know what I mean? Like I gotta still be responsible to a certain extent. But it's like in New York, there's a certain mindset that a lot of people have where it's like you just got to keep pushing, you got to keep going, you can't let anything bother you type thing. But recently, like, it's not even just that. It's like so much worse. People walk around and they're trying to be better than you. People walk around and I feel like everyone's trying to find a reason, like, not to talk to a stranger or, like, not to make eye contact. And it's like, I feel like because of all of the social media that people are consuming and because of the fact that everyone has their own feed tailored to them, it's like everyone is literally living inside of their own head. It honestly feels like the government is like doing this on purpose to give people anxiety just so they're like living on the edge. Because hear me out, when people are struggling with shit like anxiety and depression, do you think those people are going to try to rebel or like, stand up for what's right when literally every time they walk outside, like nothing feels real anymore? And I'm not saying the government is corrupt. Like, it's the fucking government. I'm not a politician. Like, I'm never going to be into politics. All I care about is that I have a place to sleep at night. My country's not going to war. People my age and other innocent kids aren't going and wasting their lives fighting for a country that contradicts themselves occasionally, right? Like, if there's something to fight for, I want to make sure that it's the right thing to be fought for. And I just don't feel like that's what's happening in this country right now. So I guess I feel like it's my responsibility to come on here and talk about these things because obviously everyone's thinking about them, but not everyone has the ability to like articulate those thoughts into words. And I sometimes feel like I have a special ability to articulate my thoughts into words. And like I said, this is literally my first attempt at making a video like this. So please like bear with me here. But genuinely, like, I don't know if it's all because of social media or if it's because of how expensive everything is and how overworked and underpaid society is in general right now. Just like working class people. The richer get richer and the poorer get poorer. But the medium, I mean, the guys in the middle who are living paycheck to paycheck, like, those people aren't doing good either. It's like the richest of the rich are the only people that are profiting from this like living situation or this economy that we're having right now. But it's like so many different people are being pulled in so many different directions because of what the hell's happening. So many people are stuck to this shitty job that they don't want, but they're still there because they can't find a job anywhere else because AI is taking up a lot of jobs, right? And on top of that, so many people have jobs in general now because, number one, it's extremely hard to find jobs. So because of that, a lot of people are going to try harder to get jobs because they need to put food on table. And in order to do that, they need money to put food on. So it's like, it's just this continuous fucking toxic cycle. And I think people in general are just fucking like burnt out. And it's like, it's crazy how like you could meet a complete stranger and think like, oh, you know, like this is nice. And then they end up opening up to you and they're like, you know what? Like, I just feel like everything is fucking crazy right now. The amount of people like, listen, this year at college, I didn't make many new friends, but the friends that I did make, they all had the same opinions about life that I had. You know, some of them were athletes on different, you know, athletic teams because like I played for the basketball team at my D3 school this year before I ended up deciding to take a year off. And I met some other basketball players, some new transfers, stuff like that. But in general, like everyone just had this overall feeling of just straight burnout. And I'm here to say, like, if you're feeling that sort of like uncertainty, or like I don't know what the hell's going on with life right now, like you're not alone at all. And I hope that you guys know that. Because I spent over a year of my life this past year like questioning everything. And I've realized it's important to question what's around you because you should never just take things for what they are. There's always a deeper meaning behind everything. Even the simplest shit. Like literally, it's crazy because when you rewatch certain movies that you watched when you were a kid and you're an adult with an adult brain, for example, like Cars. I'll just say Cars or Toy Story because I was watching those movies. I watched Cars 1 through 3 and Toy Story 1 through 4 this last week, right? And it's like there's so many things that you attach yourself to as a child, but then when you get older and you rewatch these things or you revisit these things, you realize that there was a whole other meaning behind these stories that you just couldn't comprehend because you were younger. And now that you are older and understand things, you go back and you like see them and you're like, wow, this is new. This is, you know, like I didn't know about this. And I guess what I'm trying to say with that is like, not like I said, not everything's as it fucking seems. Not everything is as it seems. So it's not bad to think outside the box, and it's not a bad thing to think that life is hopeless right now. Because to be honest, I think that a lot of people that have power and money at the top want you to think your life is hopeless. Because when you think all is hopeless, are you gonna like make a change, or are you gonna like just continue to slave away and say all life is hopeless? Most people are gonna continue to slave away and think that all life is hopeless because unfortunately the mind is only as powerful as it can be sometimes. And right now we are in a hard time. We are in a hard time because it seems like everything that was once just a fun activity to do, video games, Legos, Pokemon cards, like toys, pleasure in general, like pleasure comes at a price in 2026. So you're not bugging for playing Xbox and then thinking, what the fuck am I doing with my time? Because it costs money to acquire the game that you just bought. But then on top of that, now this company's trying to sell you skins. They're trying to sell you this. They're trying to sell you that. It's like you just wanted to play the game that you worked to buy, that you worked for to buy. But you can't even do that now because of all of the microtransaction traps, all the bullshit that's piled on top of the bullshit that you're being sold. And that's just where we are right now in society. We're in a place right now where a lot of people are trying to cut corners with AI. People are getting lazy. People are getting fed up. And people are running out of ideas. And I think that a new revolution is coming. I don't know what that looks like, but I think soon creativity will have just a huge burst. I think some things have to end for something new to rise. And I hope that that means that in the future, or in the near future, the glory days that us Gen Zers consider, you know, like 2008 to like 2016, right? I hope that there is like a new wave of that with whatever new technology we come out with in the future. But that's pretty much all I have for today, like in terms of just my raw thought process. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like I said in the beginning, like this was genuinely my first attempt at live commentary, so I would appreciate it if you would be more lenient with how you judge the things that I'm saying and the flow of the video. I definitely don't have the flow yet, but once I'm able to have that flow, I genuinely think I'm going to go on some sort of generational run here on YouTube. So if you're subscribed right now and you're like watching this shit and you know you already fuck with me, I appreciate you.
Shit.
More things coming soon, man. I have a lot of saved like 360 gameplays for you guys as well. So yeah, I'm just yapping at this point, so I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.